This week's quick reminder comes from 1 Corinthians chapter 11, and I'll begin in verse 23. It's a familiar passage. It's the Lord's Supper account just before Christ is arrested. Beginning in verse 23, "For I received from the Lord that which I also delivered to you, that the Lord Jesus, in the night in which he was betrayed, took bread. And when he had given thanks, he broke it and said, 'This is my body which is for you. Do this in remembrance of me.' And in the same way he took the cup also after supper, saying, 'This cup is the new covenant in my blood. Do this as often as you drink it, in remembrance of me. For as often as you eat this bread and drink the cup, you proclaim the Lord's death until he comes.'" It was my responsibility this last Sunday to lead our church in communion. So I read this passage, which has either been read to me or I have read it many times over my lifetime. Yet still the Lord continues to show me things that I don't remember having ever seen before. Listen, don't ever think with passages that you've read, maybe you've read them many times throughout your life. Don't ever start to think that you don't need to spend time in them again. Don't miss out on what the Lord has to say to you. So, what did the Lord show me this time? Well, in verse 23, we have the phrase, "in the night in which he was betrayed." I don't ever remember really focusing on this phrase before. And it just stuck out to me this time. You see, this would be the darkest night of Christ's 33-year walk on earth. He knew what it was going to be. And we know it was heavy on his heart because of the prayer that is recorded in the garden when, having collapsed to the ground and with blood dripping from his brow, he said, "Father, if there be any other way, let this cup pass from me, yet not my will, but yours be done." This was a heavy, heavy darkness that he was going into. So in the context of this heavy, dark night, Jesus, knowing what was about to happen, looked to his disciples and he said, "This is my body, which is for you. Do this in remembrance of me." And again, "This cup is the new covenant in my blood. Do this as often as you drink it in remembrance of me." Jesus has gone into the dark and dealt with it. He's defeated this darkness. We see this in verse 26 where he says, "For as often as you eat this bread and drink the cup, you proclaim the Lord's death until he comes." He's not dead. Yes, Jesus died. Don't misunderstand me. Jesus died, but he's not dead. He's coming back, and he can't come back if he's dead. Jesus is alive. He has gone ahead of us into the dark, and he has defeated it. Twice he told the disciples in verses 24 and 25 that they are to remember him, and that this is the reason for us to continue in taking the Lord's Supper, to remember him. And what specifically are we to remember about him? Well, that he has died and that he lives. That he has faced the darkness and has won the battle. How many times have you gone into the dark moments and maybe you're there now and have forgotten that he has gone ahead of you into this blackness and has already defeated it? He's dealt with it. How many times have you faced the darkness and forgotten that the victory is already won? In 2002, Cynthia Lucero participated in the Boston Marathon. She was a 28-year-old athlete who was in tip-top shape. She had seriously trained for the race and was determined to do well. But once the race started, well, she made a serious mistake. She became so focused on keeping up with the pace that she had set that she forgot to keep hydrated. And somewhere around mile 22, her body began to shut down. She collapsed, and ended up being hospitalized with organ failure and even almost died. Her training and ability, her experience and desire were not the problem. Her problem was that she forgot the one thing that all runners and athletes must remember above all. She forgot to stay hydrated. She didn't need more training. She didn't need more determination. She forgot water, and it almost killed her. Look, as you go into the dark moments of life, and again, maybe you're there now, are you remembering Jesus, who has gone ahead of you into the darkness and has defeated it? My name is Kelly Daugherty, and I'm the host of the His Hill podcast. Now, this has been a quick reminder of that ministry, and you can hear the longer episodes beginning every Thursday morning. That's when we drop them every week. If you'd like to get in touch with me, you can do so by email, and that address is Kelly, Kelly, @hishill.org. Thanks for listening. And remember, keep your eyes fixed on Jesus.